Yes, guys, welcome from me, Challenge Manager 0102. Yeah, another save, but it's time now. I did an update on my own goddamn game. So the 7'Up challenge, it's still going strong. It is still going strong, and this is part 11. Let me remind you, part 10 was a little bit of a monster, one, weren't it? It was a 4-hour stream on Facebook. So just to give you a really quick recap on that, we won the World Cup. And we ended up saving just before the last round of the Intertoto Cup. So this is our first full season at Hanover. And we have started well. We've started well. Now, before I go any further, right, when you first load up a saved game, does it act as if it's you've also pressed continue once? Because I've had this before. There's no way I'd have saved without confirming that. Do you know what I mean? I think, right, when you press continue, if it was Wednesday AM and I save, when I restore it, it's evening. Does that make sense? I think that's the case. Because there's no fucking way would I save with news. Let's just confirm that, because we will have a 1 or 2 continues. So, there you see. Our draws is getting a little bit worrying. We are unbeaten, but we have had a really good run. Now, what can I say? Let's talk about goalkeepers first. Kirkland. I've brought some fucking monsters. Kirkland has been my number 1 goalkeeper all season. And Pinheiro has been the number 2. We are playing 3 at the back. We've brought David Prutton arrived for £4 million. Liverpool let him go. He's turning fucking decent, isn't he? He really is. It's been a case of defence has been our real worrying position. There's no doubt about that. We brought John Curtis, you may remember that. And we got through the last round of the Intertoto Cup qualifying. We played Colne in the last round and we beat them. More about that in a moment. But we brought Colaccini. We were just about to get Colaccini, do you remember? But we did buy one monster buy. Do we know who that is? It took me a while to work it out, and I've got to be honest with you, I've got to thank Ross Horn for this, because Ross Horn sent me loads of pictures of manually written down attributes, and that is Tony Adams. And I think I got him on a unprotected. Was really pleased. Thanks, Ross Horn. I'm now going to give you the role as my chief scout. Dave Treasurer, you are demoted to physio. Okay, so strengthening in defence. Still would like to strengthen a little bit more. We have got rid of Dabo. Was it Dabo? Dabo, shall I say, sorry. And the reason we got rid of Dabo is because you may recall we brought in Andrew Davies, a.k.a. Mark Hughes, regen, who can play defensive midfield. But to be fair, Sprockle is the main man. He's doing brilliantly. So I needed the cash, basically. Barit Joe. Now, Dave Treasurer from Facebook, he said what a great player he is. And he is a great player. There's no doubt about that. That being said, Pavia is equally as great a player. Mujiri, is it Mujiri? I am happy to sell him, but I'm not getting any interest in him at all. Look at that guy there. What a fucking beast. Joaquim Munez. Now, this took me a while to work out. I actually didn't work out who this was. And it was really bugging me. Because when I can't work out who a regen is, it bugs the fucking shit out of me. So I sent this picture to Gary Johnson. And I said, any ideas? And instantly he goes, I think you'll find it's Raul. And I thought, no fucking way can it be Raul, because Raul starts the game as 24 years of age. He'd be 30 years old. Lo and behold, I went there, Raul's not in the game. So it is Raul. And I don't even know how... Why would Raul go out the game? He don't even have a high injury prone, because I started a new game in the ODB just to check. So he must have, I don't know, got an injury, retired injured. I don't know why you'd retire at 30 years of age. Who gives a fuck? Raul's gone, his regen is Joaquim Munez, and I nabbed him purely by luck as I was scouting through Spanish clubs. I always go through the top tiers of like the main countries. But when I'm at Real Madrid, Barca, Sevilla, is it Valencia or Sevilla, whoever, Bilbao, I go to the Bs as well. And he was there, lingering in the Real Madrid B team. So we picked him up for £5 million. We have brought, so I brought this guy before. Guy was referred as The Italian version of Mark Kerr, looking good, but we have brought some competition for that cunt. And I don't mean Karagunas. We brought Karagunas because he went on the market at Leeds at his own request. So we picked him up for what I feel is an absolute fucking bargain of £1.5 million. I think I already had Jesper Gronk. Did I already have Jesper Gronk here? I think I did. But there is still some quality players for me to show you yet. This guy. I say quality. He's not quality. But do we know who that is? Again, I can't remember. I don't know if this was on Ross Horn's page of attributes or somebody else's, because that is Paul Gascoigne. That being said, he's going to struggle to get in, but he's certainly got the flair, hasn't he, as Gaza. We'll see how he flares up. But I have still got another monster player to show you. I say monster, I think he's a monster. That is, and I know who that is Romario Regen. And he was available on a contract protection. So was really, really pleased and chuffed with that. The contract protection, whilst I keep it because I think it's part of ODB and it can be a bastard, sometimes you've got to love it. So we've really been busy in the market. We've certainly strengthened the areas that I felt needed strengthening. And we've started really well. Mido arrives from Liverpool. That's what saw Dabo leave. Didn't desperately need Mido, but a solid player, and that saw, I think it was Dabo and £3.8 million. So that was a great deal, because we had the Mark Hughes regen ready anyway. Because obviously money wasn't always a walk in the park, we got rid of Rakuba. He should have gone for £7 million. But little did I fucking realise, I forget who it was, I think it was a Brazilian team. He weren't going to go till July next year. Oh, fuck that. Then finally Liverpool came in, and I had to wait for a fucking work permit. But it went through. That actually went through just before the contract windows open for the unprotected stuff. I don't know if we've got a bit of money still to spend, £9.5 million, and we're in the window at the minute. We're in a really, really good position. There's no doubt about that. The UEFA Cup then. So the Intertoto Cup has been a real bastard. Look at that. So we beat Carlton 2-0 in the first leg, 1-0 in the second leg, and we've started off really, really well. We haven't really played anyone of a real test in the UEFA Cup, to be fair. Hibernian, started Bucharest. We are out of the German Cup, though. Cole knocked us out, motherfuckers. And they got their revenge. But we did have, where was it now? Where was that stunning result at Bayern Munich? There it was, the stunning result at Bayern Munich. That Munez has started absolutely brilliant for me. I can't grumble with my setup at the minute because I'm really, really pleased. I think I'd still like another defender. I think Curtis Prutton, who isn't naturally a central defender, Curtis Prutton and Warner, Tony Adams, they're rocks. They're absolutely fucking rocks. But there ain't really much going about else in an unprotected contract. I will keep an eye, though, on what we got going on. Mario Melchior. Well, I ain't going to fucking want Mario Melchior. He's 30 years of age, 6'8", 2. Selakovic. No, he's done shit. Chris Perry. It's a shame he's 33 because he's a fucking great player. No one of interest. Samba's interested. Right, okay. Okay, I'll see. Yeah, alright, fuck you. I don't know. We'll have to have a look. We did make a very, very ambitious bid for 2 players, which never materialised. Yeah, we made an ambitious bid, and he opted to go to Blackburn Rovers instead. Well, fuck him. That's what I say. Fuck Roy Keane. I made a bid for him at the same time as Robert Pires. Fuck's sake. And Robert Pires opted to go to Real Madrid. I wasn't so bothered about Robert Pires, even though he was a little bit younger. I wanted Keane because I wanted that strong defensive midfielder support. Because I think, naturally speaking, Davies is a striker. And because he's a striker, that is why I was also happy. Who is it I flogged? Or who is it I'm happy to flog? Who is it now? I think I'm happy to I thought I let go of another striker. Maybe not. Oh, that was it. Chaltus. We only bought him in the sum of £2 million. We sold him for £4 million. You know, the bottom line is, you know, we've got a lot of cover. You know, then you think of the players that we've brought in as well. So, you know, we're having a very, very good run. There's no doubt about it. Riyad's had some games, and he's done really well. I would actually like a right winger, I feel. I feel a right winger needs to be on the agenda. I think Glenn Little isn't quite up to the same standard as most of my wingers. I think Everton's still the dog's bollocks to me. I brought in Majors, as you may recall. Gronkia, he hasn't really set the world alight. Rodrigo's not brilliant. I think... Excuse me. I do think we do need a right winger, predominantly a nice strong right winger. So before I fuck off, let's have a quick gander at right wingers unprotected. Anyone of interest? Oh no, I've already made the bid. There you go, Luke Chadwick. Luke Chadwick. As much as I dislike Luke Chadwick in real life, and he's an ugly bastard, and the prick keeps popping up on my fucking Instagram advertising, he is a good player, and I would like to nab him. So fingers crossed on that. That was why I went for Deisler, because Chadwick will cover left and right. So if I can get those two, I'll be really, really pleased. And that will probably take up both my my entire budget. I think it's fair to say they're going to cost me 3 points. It's £6.6 million. They're going to cost me. I've made an offer, a very ambitious bid for John Terry. He's not interested in me. I've offered silly money. And I've made a bid for this guy who has finally become interested in me. When I was looking for Romario, I found this guy. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he goes. And that's it from me, guys. If you've got anything you want to add, anything you want to know about this 7-Up, anything you want me to do for your CM-related videos, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Let me just press continue, because I'm more than happy to try and assist anybody in any way that I can. And until next time from me, guys, take it easy.